This is 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, Chapter 1, Bones and Ashes, Episode 15. It is a new day in Sandpoint. Another new day, but one that finds all of you together in town, though you may not be actually physically in the same space right now. What would you guys be doing first thing in the morning, since I believe everybody pretty much went to their own homes for the first time in a while?
One quick point of clarification, just because it's been 2 weeks. We all had a shared nightmare and jolted awake in the night. Is that fair?
That is true.
With
you
a
don't know that
ghostly
you had a
message.
shared nightmare.
But
You
no,
you had a dream. You all had the same dream.
That said, come to the cathedral in the morning.
The shared dream, thanks to the amazing note-taking of Tamiko,
as always, MVP.
During the dream, you were standing on blood-soaked cobblestones of Sandpoint's past, ashes drifting down. The name Nualia whipping down the streets with the wind toward the old cathedral, which was engulfed in flames. A figure moved out in front of the inferno, white hair, gold eyes, full of rage and sorrow. Nualia. She looked at you curiously and then pulls you toward her. Inside the cathedral, wait, this confused me. Was this part of it's been 2 weeks. I don't remember what happened. What was spoken you heard in the dream, right?
Yes.
Was the past does not speak. It watches and it remembers the flames. Come to the cathedral at dawn. Bring what truth you have. Leave behind what fear you carry. The next fire may not be kind. And in the dream, the Hellstorm flume erupted in a pillar of fire, and that's what you awakened from. So it is the next morning. If you presumably you all went back to sleep, but maybe you didn't. But it's assumed, unless there were other reasons why, that you all are received a full night's rest. So are you choosing individually to all head to the cathedral then? Meet up there?
I think Velynia would go, but she would sort of take her time getting there. She's a little freaked out by this dream and is sort of kind of cautiously moving towards the cathedral, if that makes sense. Sort of checking alleys and there's something about this. She has a lot of bad dreams, but something about this one kind of lingers, makes her nervous.
I think Natalin would have foregone her regular morning routine and instead would have, as soon as she got up, would have actually gone to the cathedral and to the I was going to say the altar, but the
dais,
the blessing area, I guess, of Gosri, right? And
the
that's
sanctuary.
where she'd be, the sanctuary of Gosri, and be praying there while waiting for the others to arrive.
Lumi is up early. She did not get much sleep since the nightmare. She's trying to keep her mind occupied by doing various chores around the cathedral, dusting, sweeping, etc. She feels bad for having left it for a day and a bit. She still feels guilty towards Father Xantus. And so this is how she's anxiously trying to make things right.
Moa actually remembered the nightmare that he had in the morning. He wakes up, little hair of the dog. He's a little rough from, a little intoxicated from the night before. Gets his spells prepared and just waits to see if anyone shows up at the Rusty Dragon for breakfast. no one does. So then he eventually meanders his way off to the cathedral, just like a normal day.
Millie's morning is totally normal. Nothing changes. She wakes up, goes down to the kitchen, prepares her dough starters, etc. And she packs up. I guess today, since she thinks that she was told to go to the cathedral first thing. So she's actually going to pack up a little satchel of some pastries and dried fruit to bring.
Oh, God. What a delight.
So everybody eventually makes their way to the Sandpoint Cathedral, and you would find that Father Xantus and Adrani are sitting in that sort of almost like the patio area in the central courtyard where there's those standing stones where you had previously enjoyed a meal with Father Xantus. At some point, an acolyte would have been sent to quietly summon you, Natalin. Probably a nervous young fellow who stands about 15 feet behind you and occasionally goes until he gets your attention, letting you know that breakfast is being served in the courtyard. Lumi, at one point as you walk by, probably for the 6th or 7th time, Father Xantus would say, "Lumi dear, that section of banister cannot possibly be any cleaner. Please put down your supplies and join us for breakfast."
Okay. She tries to put a little bit of cheer in her voice, and it doesn't quite ring true. As she fumbles with her supplies and stashes, the broom and the sweeper back into a closet, and returns, joining for breakfast.
In whatever order the rest of you show up eventually, the conversation stays very casual and mostly related to the weather and mild pleasantries until everybody is there, and even then Father Xantus allows some time for each of you to make a plate or get something to drink. There's everything from hot coffee to what I imagine to be magically cooled beverages. There's even a good KBS, a good breakfast stout.
God damn it. God damn it. Velynia doesn't have that, but Cari wants it bad. I have a hot coffee and a little pastry. Nothing that would even require a plate.
After a period of time, with not so much as an announcement, then the subtle motion of Adrani placing her fork and knife gently on her plate and picking up a linen napkin and just dabbing at the corners of her mouth. Father Xantus takes that as indication to proceed. Well, it is a new day. that dawns before us. Once again, we are all together. It's various activities on the side taken care of.
Yes.
It is.
We've tarried long enough, I suppose.
Well, I would like to request of you to please continue your investigations into the areas of the ghoul warrens you found that extended towards the underneath of our cathedral here. And I would say, please, take your time and be careful. Don't rush into things. As it turns out, time is something that we have a bit of a surplus of at the moment. He turns to Ardrani, who addresses you all and says, Abstalar has informed me that you are already successful in recovering Nualia's bones from beneath the boneyard. And those are being kept secured and being prepared for the coming ritual to call forth Nualia's spirit. However, this sort of magic is best done under the light of the moon. Unfortunately, it is nearly 3 weeks before the moon will once again be full. We could perhaps perform the ritual as early as the second moon day of Serenith, but the moon will be full on the third moon day, the 18th of Serenith. For reference, for you the players, it is currently the 31st of Desnus, so it is the last day of the month. So it's somewhere as early as 11 days, preferable 18 days, or 12 and 19 if you're counting today, because why wouldn't you? That's how calendars work.
Calendars do work that way, all right.
I have
So he wants the 17th, you said?
the 18th.
18th?
You know,
But it
that
could be as
calendar
early as
that
the
I have
11th.
actually says the moon cycles too.
It does. I was looking at that.
Tamiko strikes again. Let's freaking go.
I didn't design this. Some other nerd designed this. I'm just
You
using
stole
it.
it though. Congratulations.
Cari knows the way of the rogue. There's pride in stealing a good thing.
It's yours now. So I think Velynia kind of like shrugs and is like, so let me see if I can get this straight. You want us to hurry up, go back down into the hole, so we can wait for like 3 weeks?
I distinctly said that time is something we have a surplus of. And I said take your time. Do not hurry. Do not rush.
So is there anything else you want us to search for in the hole? Last time we had Nualia's bones to look for. Is there anything
Well,
specific?
It was brought to my attention from your previous explorations that you had found indication that there were passages that extended beneath the cathedral rather than just the boneyard. As Lumi presented it, there were indications of ancient Thessalonian. Now, this is something of which I and my predecessors, at least per their notes, are completely unaware of. And I would very much like to know what it is that lies beneath the cathedral.
I imagine that Lumi is nodding very enthusiastically and a little bit pridefully at Father Xanthus's explanation to Velynia.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, that's right.
I found that. All right. All right.
As a reminder, should you get yourselves into another dangerous situation, do not take unnecessary risks. It should not be that difficult for you to make it back to the boneyard should you need any healing assistance or any assistance beyond what I have given you in terms of holy water and healing potions. Both myself and Odrani are well versed in this type of magic and will do what we can to aid and assist you should you need it. In the meantime, there is much preparation that needs to be done here in the courtyard to prepare for the coming ritual. We will be attending to that.
Between you and Adrani, you've got a pretty good idea then of everything that you need to do for the ritual to keep it safe?
We do.
Okay. Just checking. Just a little concerned because Kaeryn Scarnetti came by the dragon yesterday and he had his knickers all in a twist.
Lumi blushes a little bit, remembering the things that she said to that man.
Father Xantus turns his attention to Moa briefly. With more like just as he's sort of got his hands folded in front of him, he gives sort of a half smirk as he glances over towards Moa and says, "Well, I hear that Khan Scarnetti was not given much opportunity to bark, as it were."
Yeah.
Well, given the amount of time that we have between now and the ritual, and the previous conversations I've had with Khan Scarnetti, it is no doubt that he will be stirring up some of his more ardent followers. Well, we do anticipate there may be a degree of protestation about the ritual we are to perform. It's something we will keep an eye on. You need not worry yourselves with it unless... Well, I will let you know if it is something that needs additional dealing with. For now, consider it the barking of a rather insignificant dog. Is there anything you would need of me before you continue with your adventure?
Just a blessing, Father.
Of course, you always go with my blessing, but I will impart upon you the wisdom of the gods. As I flip through his spellbook real quick. They don't really have, like, bless in here, do they?
Oh, I just meant for him to go like, "May Sarah Ray be with you," or whatever, you know?
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
with you.
And also with you.
Yeah, I think Xantus would take a moment and he would say a few dedicated words, summoning forth the protection of the gods, but with emphasis on the primary gods represented at the cathedral: Abadar, Desna, Aristil, Sarenrae, Shaylin, and maybe leaning a little heavily or a little extra for Natalin on Gozre as well. And then he finishes that up with a I don't know if there's what would be an equivalent of an amen. here, and so say we all. Wait, that's Battlestar Galactica.
And a woman to you. Yeah.
Velynia is stealing food from the banquet table.
Father Xanthus is pretending not to notice.
Perfect.
Well, Eldrani and I have preparations to see to. By all means. And he sort of gestures at the table, probably as Velynia's midway through stuffing rolls into a bag. He and Eldrani excuse themselves, leaving you all to plan or venture forth, or both.
Well,
You'll want to pack some of those sausage links too. They're really good after they sit a bit and they get a little bit tacky. Oh, they taste so good.
okay. It's worth a shot, I suppose. And Velynia takes some in a little Ziploc bag. And then she would kind of shrug as she puts just a little bit of bread and puts some of the homemade butter on there, and she's just takes a bite, and she kind of looks like she's thinking while she's chewing. And she just says, "Well, it sounds like your dad really wants us to go back down into the hole."
Not gonna lie, I also kind of want to go down there too, but not by myself because that's way too scary. But I've been thinking a lot about those chambers I found down there, and and if it's connected to the old light north of town, which we now know it to be, at least I know, I can't remember if I told you or not, it being the Hellstorm Flume, the old weapon of war that's now in disrepair. And sorry, you're nodding as if I've already told you this. Okay, so
I just know what the Hellstorm Flume is, dear. Just please continue. I don't think you have told us.
I think we should go down there. That's what I mean to say. And I'd like you to join me. Not that.
Well, I would like to go down into the hole. Anybody else?
That's what we're getting paid to do, so.
I don't
Are
think
we?
we are
Ready?
getting paid.
We're not.
Nope. Father Xanthus said that he would heal us if we got hurt. And that's about it. Then again, I'm not doing anything today.
Well, whatever we find, we could sell and technically get paid.
That's true.
I believe that was the arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember an artifact or two that you tried to get Lumi to reach her poor hand through a hole to snag. Probably resulting in her maybe.
I would never.
chopped off.
I would never. Even if Moa double dog goblin dared me, I would not have done it.
That's very smart. Either way, we do know there are artifacts down there.
Mhm.
So, it's worth our time. Natalin, what say you?
This is our home. And she looks at Moa'Kee and Lumi first, and then to Velynia and Millie. And if such things are snaking down below our home,
Well, we ought to know.
we need to know. We need to keep this place safe.
And Lumi's nodding.
So, are we ready, or we need some time before we go?
Oh,
Let's-
I'm ready.
It's good a time of any, I think. And listen, Moa, if you need a bit more enthusiasm, it's your job to keep the father's daughter safe.
Why is it my job? It's all of our jobs. We're a party, right?
And she looks a little sour or a little defeated by this retort. I was just trying to make you have a bit more enthusiasm. That's all.
I am enthused. This is my enthused look.
And
she gives she gives you a look or just a giant question mark above her head, basically. Oh.
This is the enthusiastic.
Oh.
At least this early in the morning, that is.
I mean, can't you tell, Lumi? It looks like you just won the sweepstakes.
Um,
Anyway,
No, not the sweepstakes. The contest, the morning breakfast bowl. And when you get the extra crunchies and that breakfast bowl,
Oh, I don't like it when it's crunchy. Makes me think there's eggshells in it.
Oh, they're definitely not eggshells. That was bad. But I know what you mean, Lumi. I know what you mean.
I would sidle up next to Millie and just say, I assume it's safe to guess that maybe you packed snacks.
Oh, of course I packed snacks, dear. You might want to grab a few more of those sausages, though, to help round out the overall snack experience.
Will do.
They're better when they get a
Velynia-
bit tacky.
Velynia grabs 4 sausages. And yeah, it's like, well, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Shall we?
With that, if you're not already there, you should probably head over to Owl Bear Rodeo.
Hey, we're on the map. We're on the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
As once again, you enter the undead hole. Whoever it is that's first in the hole, we see and hear your boots crunching on the brittle bone shards and damp gravel. The air is stagnant and thick with the stink of death, decay. You're in the narrow entrance tunnel. You feel that sort of still damp air between the exterior above ground and what's coming from the larger chamber beyond in here. Speaking of the larger chamber, as you reach the end of this narrow tunnel, the large chamber yawns before you like the gullet of some slumbering beast. Looking around, you see the familiar scene from just a couple days ago unfolding in grim, silent detail. The bodies of goblin ghouls littering the uneven floor, twisted into frozen, grotesque parodies of their once life. Their mottled skin, once thrumming with undead malice, is slack and gray, peeling from their small misshapen bones. Some still cling to rusted or wooden weapons. You know that to the northwest, where you can see that the chamber progresses, that was the direction where I believe Glorcus had told you that was it Glorcus?
Yeah, I think so.
Had told
Zodak?
you that the goblin ghouls, or the ghoulblins, as we had taken to calling them,
Yeah.
had been digging. Also, there was a small chamber through this way, in which you had encountered Glorcus imprisoned in this small area here, and that's where the hole that led through into another chamber, where Velynia referenced that Lumi was peering through the hole, where you had previously seen the small demon that had come out and battled you all. What would you like to do?
I think Lumi is taking point, leading the way through the north.
Yes.
She seems to be focused and brave this morning. And she's like,
after telling off what's his face last night at the bar, he's got a whole new lease on life.
So she's going to be leading the way.
Okay.
Heading north unless anyone stops her.
I'm going right.
But she's
with
like,
you.
yeah, she's like, it's this way, guys.
Yeah, I think Natalin would be following instead of following right up there with Lumi, she doesn't want to like give away our position, but she's already got her aura up, so it's kind of got the wind, mist, water kind of going. So she's going to stay in the back.
Lumi, as you get to that point there,
This is not the right way, I think.
it is.
No.
It's been a bit. It's been a bit.
Undo.
Well,
undo.
you actually proceeded down a path you had not previously gone.
Oh, God.
I will say that Lumi misremembered the tunnels, is what'll happen to it.
Something is not working properly, and I'm trying to fix it real quick.
Hey, while Jake tries to fix this real quick, check us out on redbubble.com. At redbubble.com, we have all kinds of great new products, including t-shirts like the one I'm wearing, and all kinds of other stuff, including stickers, mugs, tank tops, hoodies, pillows, notebooks, postcards, phone cases, posters, and all kinds of other great stuff. You can check us out at any time by going to redbubble.com and just searching Mini Terrain Domain. Check us out
Can't
today.
get splorch anymore.
You can't get Splorch anymore, so make sure that you get your merch now before they are gone. Like Splorch.
As Lumi rounds this corner, she pauses like, this isn't the proper tunnel.
We haven't gone this far before.
You seemed so
You know that.
confident.
I think it was supposed to be the other way. But
Stanley
looks into the
does
room.
Lumi like stop and we all kind of go boom, 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 like hit
Yeah, I
like
think,
a
yeah.
traffic?
Yeah, I mean, this
Boom,
is a
boom, boom,
narrow tunnel, still bearing the marks of the Goblin claws, and having the bracers of wood frame. And you see, though, Lumi, this is a little different. You see that where they were digging, they punctured through into an already existing room. Beyond this opening, as you look in, you see a low-ceilinged wood... the low-ceiling wood-braced tunnel comes to an end at a stone wall through which you see a 4-foot diameter hole has been burrowed. The rectangular room beyond is lit by flickering flames at the center of 7 pointed star carvings on the east and west walls. While to the south, a pile of stone and rubble lies on the floor in front of a wooden door. And under an open trapdoor in the ceiling, goblin arms and legs protrude from the rubble.
Ew.
It looks like excavators may have activated a trap.
This wasn't the way we went last time. But this seems to be connected at the very least, as she gestures to the masonry of this room.
Interesting. Well, hold on. Can I sneak by you, dear?
Oh, you can just I don't take up much room.
Yoink.
You can
I
walk
just go
past me,
like
that's
right over
fine.
top. And Velynia would want to search this area for traps.
Lumi
We
will
would
just
hate
squeeze right
to-
past it. And
Hate to have
She's
that
looking at
fate
the-
befall us.
she's looking at the 7-pointed star.
Is this a thievery check?
Checking for
Perception.
traps, I believe, is perception.
It's just perception? Okay. Can do be. Do I have a feat that maybe helps with it? Trap Finder. What does Trap Finder do? Fuck, I don't have Path Builder pulled up. Shit.
God damn it, Cari.
God damn it. I'm fucking this up, dog.
There's
Okay.
that adult language I warned you about.
Sorry.
No, I'm just
Sorry.
No, I warned
Sorry, you
everybody
guys.
about it. It's totally fine.
It's me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Oh, well, that's a 26 on the die. Let me see if I get any little bonuses to that for being a good old thiefy thief. Okay. Feats. Trap Finder. What do you do? You have an intuitive sense that alerts you to the presence of traps. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to perception checks. So that is a 27 to check for traps.
So, for reference, you are using the search activity.
Sure. Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
You are confident that the only trap in this room has already been activated by the previous aforementioned dead goblin or goblin underneath the rubble. You also know that the way the rubble has fallen, you will need to spend about 10 minutes clearing the rubble to be able to open the door into whatever lies beyond.
So I think after crouching for a minute, Velynia stands up and is like, well, I think the only trap in this room was sprung by these poor bastards.
The rebel's
Moa,
blocking that door, isn't it?
Yes, Moa, would you help me start to clear the way here, please?
And I
And I imagine just we start kind of working together, chucking rocks out of the way into another pile.
Lumi is going to look at the walls of this room. Is there any decals or murals or anything on the walls of this room?
The primary thing that you find in here is the Sahedron, which has the flames glowing in them. The Sahedron is a 7-pointed star, and the light glows from the center of it. You can make me an appropriate lore check. I believe you have a couple of specialized.
I do have specialized lore on this. So Lumi's thumbing her own amulet, which is also a Sahedron, as she makes this lore check.
I would also, while Lumi's making that check, anybody that's clearing rubble, make me a perception check. I'm looking for the highest number of you.
Real quick, I will share with you one other thing, Jake. It says for my thing, this is something that you need to know. Even if you aren't searching, you get a check to find traps that normally require you to be searching. Okay. So I think you have to tell me if
I think
that's a possibility.
I think under normal Pathfinder rules that might be one of those secret checks, but
okay.
I don't do secret checks because I have enough to worry about.
I understand.
So,
I got a 25 perception as I'm clearing rubble.
Okay.
14.
Was it just Moa and Velynia that were clearing the rubble, or was anybody else helping?
Lumi is no help.
Okay.
Lumi is no help clearing rubble. She'll just be in the way.
What'd you get on your lore check?
19.
Ooh, so lore.
Okay. And I think just you're sort of, it's more of a confirmation because you already have the Sahedron.
This is her shtick, anyways.
Yeah. It's sort of like the Thessalonian watermark. Essentially, this is your confirmation that sort of like certain types of columns are indicative of Greek or Roman architecture. The Sahedron, the presence of the Sahedron is sort of like stamping it and saying, behold, Thessalonian ruins. It was originally intended as a symbol of the 7 virtues of rule in early Thessalonia. That is the primary decoration you're finding here. Velynia, as you are clearing the rubble, part of which involves the 2 goblin ghoul bodies, you see one of them has a has a charm that it is wearing, that looks to be made of dried. It's a bracelet. It's dried seaweed lined with shark tooth charms.
Ooh. Cool.
Specifically, yeah, I'll tell you that. Sorry, I keep wanting to tell you what things are, forgetting you guys have to figure out what these things are.
Velynia would take it off of this dead goblin and look at it more closely. Are the shark teeth, like, you say shark teeth charms, are they just like, are they shark teeth carved into charms, or are they just
They are
charms
shark
that are
teeth.
Shark teeth.
They are charms that are shaped like small shark's teeth. I think in this case, in this particular case, they're probably actual shark's teeth.
Cool. I would take it and I just kind of like look at it. I'm like, huh? Would you look at that? And I like hold it up so everybody can see.
Oh, is that shark's teeth?
I think so. Should we?
Oh,
give
that's
this
really
to your
useful.
Dad? It strikes me as an artifact.
We can appraise it when we get back up.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe it's worth something. And Velynia would just kind of like pocket it.
The path to the door is now clear.
Yay! He did it.
Moa steps back and his hands are kind of out, like to Velynia, going, "After you."
What a gentleman. And I would go forward.
Give me 1 second, because I think I have to actually open the door so you can go through it.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I put these in. I'm trying to remember where the door controls are. Why don't I see the door controls? Isn't there supposed to be a thing at the top? Hold on. I got it. I know what I'm doing.
Let me out.
Okay,
Now,
be careful
kiss.
about running through.
Battery gram.
Be careful about just running through open doors.
Whee!
The door is now opened.
Yay! Fucking idiot.
Just a reminder, if you move your token, you've
That
moved
is
your body to that
token
location.
Laid is a token played. Is that what you were saying here?
Basically,
Okay.
yes.
I am in the hallway now.
So-
I'm going no further.
You are standing in a hallway that extends 15 to 20 feet in either direction. You can see that it does seem to curve to the west. To the west, it seems to curve southward, and there's another southward branch to the east and further down to the north, to the south and north. The north and west walls of this chamber are carved with hundreds of runes, all radiating out from a 7-pointed star with a flickering flame burning at its center. Now and then, hold on a second. I might be describing the wrong room.
This hallway is very scary, but maybe not.
I think we're looking at the wrong room right now.
The right room.
I can't tell.
All of you that are like seeing runes, can you like just lift your glasses up and then put them down? I think we're looking at the wrong room here.
Just let me blink. It's the allergies down here.
It's really dusty.
I have
Wonder
so
if
many
they're
things
magical
open.
runes.
Okay, no, it's correct.
Okay.
I was correct. I wanted to be sure before I further described it. So the hundreds of runes are all radiating out from the 7-pointed star with flickering flame burning at its center. There's more of these Sahedrin where you see the points of light in the hallway here. And the main Sahedrin from which these runes radiate, every now and then a little sputter of sparks sputters out of where the flame is coming from.
Moa's looking at some of these, wondering if their runes are any spells attached to them or marking. Is it a recall knowledge possible?
You can make a recall knowledge religion check to try to determine the nature of these runes.
Religion, huh?
Well, Lumi will hop on that one. And she's definitely like fascinated by, again, all the writing in runes, especially the magical Sahedron.
Velynia, there is also a door on the north wall immediately to your, to the west.
Well, Owlbear, thank you very much. I'm done.
was that Moa that rolled that one?
Yes. Frickin' A.
Lumi gets a 26.
Moa,
on this recall knowledge.
Moa, I imagine it's almost like it's not through necessarily having a little hair of the dog, but it's like because there's so many of these runes and they're carved in, and you're getting that flickering of the light. It's almost like if you're looking through like a screen on a screen door or a chain link fence, your eyes struggle to focus, and you're like you're momentarily disoriented. Lumi, on the other hand, seems to be able to get a little bit more of a understanding of these runes. These runes on the walls are prayers written in Thessalonian to the demon lord Abraxas.
It's the Abraxas again.
Lumi
will say out loud. Yeah.
They do seem to, the way in which they are radiating, well, they do go all over the place on the walls and everything. They do seem to, it's almost like the runes grow closer, more condensed, more concentrated as they go eastward and around the corner to the north. But you have multiple directions. Oh, there's also, you were blocking momentarily. There's a door directly on the south wall there of the hallway as well, Velynia.
Okay. Well,
you're in a hallway, basically.
It's all well and good. It's all well and good. Where should we go next?
The wall, they're covered in prayers to the demon lord Abraxas. Oh, this is fascinating.
Oh, well, and I think Velynia would pull out of her pack and tell me if this is unrealistic for me to have. I think she might have like a piece of parchment and like a charcoal pencil. And she would just hand them to Lumi and say, if you want to take a few home with you, you can do it.
And she will snatch the parchment and paper, and this is a very good idea of yours. She will, keeping a bit away from the sparking pot, so to speak.
Yeah, flame.
The flaming sigil. She's gonna start rubbing copies of some of these runes, especially like the ones that she's not nearly as proficient with. Just wants to get a whole copy of this wall, basically, or a section of it that she feels is representative of it. This is mostly for evidence to bring back upstairs.
Can Velynia just make like a rapid fire check for traps on all these doors?
You will have to go to each door.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do the one that is just to the south. I'll do that one first.
And so, Jake, do the runes go all along this wall, or is it just like
the entire hallway?
Ooh,
all of the walls in this hallway are covered in these runes.
So Lumi might get a little carried away as she probably do starts.
Oh God! Arrow right in the neck.
Velynia, let's see.
Okay,
you are checking
south door for traps. I only got a 16. Better than nothing. Sorry, 17 because trap finder. What a great bonus.
No visible indication of traps.
Great. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one.
All right,
There I go. Oh, that's much better. That is a 30 to check that door. The door to the north.
Also, this door does not appear to be trapped.
Can I try the handle?
Yes, of course.
I would love to.
So you're opening the one that opens to the north.
Yes, the one that is a 30, no traps.
Yeah. So you need me to open that door, actually.
Please.
Good sir.
All right, peering into this room, Velynia, you see that this room's southernmost portion is lower than the rest of the chamber, with a set of steps leading up to the room itself. A carving of a 7-pointed star, a flame flickering in its center, adorns the walls to the east and the west. While to the north, doors stand in a wall of dark red stone, a contrast to the gray stone walls elsewhere in the chamber. Each door's handle features a tiny little metal basket that looks like it's meant to hold a small bead-shaped object.
Lumi,
Yeah? What's
you
up?
might want to come check this out.
Oh,
Carefully.
And she's like just weaves. Oh, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, and just like ducks between your legs or whatever. She'll like peek around the corner to see.
Don't go in there. I don't like the look of those sigils.
Well, I mean, this is kind of menacing, isn't it? Those baskets, they look like they hold something. Is that how we get through those doors, you think? Is that the locking mechanism was going on here?
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, I'm really light on my feet. I could go give them a closer look.
Velynia does not like this one bit. She's nervous for Lumi to try this, but ultimately, Lumi's her own woman, and she just kind of like shrugs and be like, yeah, "If you think you can, be careful."
All right, Lumi would like to bravely tiptoe, light on her feet, into the room, up the center of the stairs. And assuming that nothing bad happens, continue to the wall where you said that there's these baskets next to the doors, right?
Each door's handle features a tiny little metal basket that looks like it's meant to hold a small bead-shaped object.
Yeah, she's gonna give a closer look on these handles and see like the depression in it. Like, is there any kind of like grooves on the beads that we'd be looking for, or like is it like would any bead fit in? Like she like fumbles for like a marble that she might own, and like would that kind of work, etc. She's investigating these handles.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see what you can glean from this. With
Will that just be another perception?
I mean, perception isn't really going to tell you a whole lot more than what you're looking at. Directly. Your
lore dungeons.
I would like to say probably this is tricky. Let's go ahead and stick with perception for now, since you're right up on it.
Okay.
We'll see if you can what your roll gives you.
It'd be a 24 perception.
Damn, so perceptive, yeah.
Looking at these baskets, they're definitely they look purpose built. and probably designed to hold something roughly the size of a marble. So probably something like, if I glance at my metric,
A ball bearing.
That'd be about
perhaps?
1 centimeter in metric.
I was gonna say maybe
Or would
maybe
a ball
one and a
bearing be
half,
Too small.
maybe 1.5 centimeters max diameter.
Ooh.
Okay.
So half
There's
an inch.
no indication on the walls or the stone doors or the baskets as to what specifically is intended to go into it.
Something smooth and spherical, and about a half an inch wide. All right. Lastly, I think she's gonna produce a stick, and leaning up against this wall, she's gonna try and just like hook the stick in and try and open the door just a bit. See if it budges, if it's locked.
The door opens without any problem
Okay,
whatsoever.
so
That is so unexpected.
so it starts to like open a little bit, and then Lumi will just like freeze, not opening it further than like the little bit is opened, and look at you dead in the eye, Velynia, and go, "Ooh!" And she was not expecting it to budge.
That
Well,
is
it
deeply
opens.
surprising.
I don't think we have to look for marbles after all.
Apparently not. Well, and Velynia kind of like seeing that Lumi has made this like tiptoe journey into this room. Velynia kind of like like takes one step and like waits for something horrible to happen, and then takes another step and presumably nothing happens, and gets up there with Lumi and kind of is like peeking through this little tiny.
Okay, I'll pry it open a little bit more, and you can tell me what you see through there. Okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Go ahead. Make sure
She's
make sure you're moving your tokens, because you do have your
Oh.
light sources attached to them,
Sorry.
which will reveal things on the map for you.
Is the door stone or wooden?
It is stone.
All right, so yeah, so Lumi's like bracing her entire like strength against the wall. She's like trying to prop it open just a little bit for you, because I think this door is pretty heavy for a small little Lumi for you to peek through.
I'm peeking all right.
What do you see?
Well, what do I see?
Velynia, it is identical to this room you are in, with the exception of the fact that there are 3 doors, each containing a tiny metal basket that looks like it's meant to hold a small bead-shaped object. Same redstone wall on the north, same Sahedron on the east and west walls.
It's the same fucking room again. It's very copy-paste. Sorry, it's very copy-paste.
Don't have to yell.
Totally
The
unoriginal.
room is made of paste? What?
No, it's the same room. It's the same room again.
Oh.
Except it's got 3 doors instead of 2. How original.
That's so strange. I feel like something bad is going to happen if we continue going this way.
Yes. Something very bad's going to happen. Like, I'm going to be bored to death. Let's choose a different tunnel. One with more action. This sucks.
And Lumi's like, what? That's not what I meant. And oh, okay. And she like slides her stick out of the door handle and let it go.
How about you
What's it
leave your
closed?
stick right there? How about you leave your stick right there, Lumi, so we can remember how far we've come if we want to ever come back this way.
And she'll plant her little stick leaning against the wall here.
Perfect. And Velynia just
Lumi,
kind of
no, you
casually
don't.
walks.
You don't need to leave your stick, dear, here. And instead, Millie throws you a piece of fucking chalk.
Hey, Chuck! Yay!
And then Lumi will hop back up the
Hold-
stairs and right.
No, go ahead.
And she'll just write something on this wall here, just like we were
Lumi.
here.
Lumi was.
Lumi was here, and like little like heart emoji. And she'll grab the stick off the ground again.
So, Velynia, I need you to go back into that room real quick, where you were.
Okay. Can do it. Oh shit, I dropped something. Oh, I have to go through the door actually.
Oh, this wall is a bit sticky.
Yeah. Oh shit. Nope, sorry, I didn't go that far. My bad. I was about here.
Okay, so I'll make sure I'm doing this right, and I believe I am. So as the two of you, Velynia, as you're exclaiming about being bored, there's a continual, just that sort of magical sound of the fire at the center of the Sahedron, and suddenly both Sahedron illuminate with a brilliant red light, and I need Lumi and Velynia.
I knew it. It's gonna fucking shoot a laser beam across. I
to
fucking
make
knew it.
There it is. It's on the wrong page. I need you to each make a reflex saving throw. That is a natural
My
20
dice are
from
on
Lumi.
fire. That's a 31 reflex.
The natty
So, okay.
20, yeah?
The critical hit, or critical success, 31 reflex for Lumi. Because I imagine, yeah, her back's like to the wall. She's like propping it open. She probably sees it happening. Oh shit, Velynia, watch out! She says.
I got a 23 reflex save. Now I will say this is a little interesting. I do have nimble dodge as a reaction. Now it says a creature targets you with an attack, and you can see the attacker. Does this count? It's not a creature.
This is a hazard.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Pathfinder's pretty codified in that regard.
Yeah, so I got it's still pretty good. My reflex save is a 23.
Alright, so when a hazard deals a number of damage and you save, this is one of the areas I'm still sticky on. So like in D&D, if you save, you take half damage.
Okay, does it say basic save?
No.
Okay, because that's the term for like if you take half on a fail. Sorry, half on a success. It's like a.
Oh wait,
like
it does. Sorry, it does. DC 22.
DC 20 basic reflex. Save.
Basic reflex save. So that means you take half.
Yes.
But
and I
you
think,
got a critical
zero
success.
On a crit.
So it's 0 on a crit. Does that sound right?
Basic saving throws.
I was trying to search that while I was also doing this.
Crit success, nothing. Whoops. Success, half. Fail, full. Crit, fail, double.
Okay. Velynia, what did you get?
I got a 23 reflex save.
A 23, so you just saved. You're going to take half damage. I'm going to grab... Why are my... That's weird. Oh, there it is. I'm going to need the Owlbear Rodeo Dice Roller. To roll 9d6.
Sorry,
I'm
what
so
now?
glad I got.
How do I
I'm
make
so glad
it
I got a
roll?
natural 20.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I haven't. It's been a minute since I've done this. So that is a total of 36. So Velynia, you're going to take 18 fire damage.
Okay.
Lumi, you managed to basically press yourself flat to the floor or the wall or something.
Yeah, she's like over to the wall.
So
She's like
picture
covering
this.
herself with her arm. Yeah.
As these flames, picture like the Sahedron, 7 beams of flaming light, basically creating almost like a cage in the room that rotates in opposite directions. And Velynia, you managed to just dodge, catching a couple of the beams as Lumi dodges completely out of the way.
I think Lumi probably dove a little bit under Velynia.
That's probably fair.
Just
I
saying.
mean, I'm the one barrier in the room. There's nothing else in this room. Yeah, and Velynia kind of like rolls out of the way just enough that she's fucking hurt, but like not as bad as it could have been.
Shit.
Is it just like a
Lumi.
Is it just like a continuous beam, or does it eventually stop?
It's so it fires, they rotate until they do a complete rotation, and then but you see the sparks at the center of these going and they're starting to pick up speed. I would
We gotta
like
get out of here.
Velynia,
Oh.
since you have this sort of ongoing check for traps deal, go ahead and make me a thievery check.
Ooh, thievery. Okay, let's go. Ugh. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my domain die, please. That's gonna be better. It's gotta be better. It is better. That's a 26 now. It was about to be a 15.
15 would not have cut it.
No. But it does 20, does 26 do it? Does 26?
So you know you've got mere moments, maybe seconds before this trap is going to fire again. You can get the hell out of here, but you are right next to this door. And something about your what's that feature you called that you have? The trap finder or something like that?
Trap finder.
Something about your trap finder sense has you looking at this basket and realizing you think you could attempt to either use stealth to try to not be detected by this trap, or you might possibly be able to trick the basket into thinking the proper item has been placed inside it.
Oh my god, I want to try to trick the basket.
You have seconds to make this attempt.
Tricking the basket now. What do I roll for tricking the basket?
It's going to be a
please?
thievery check.
Okay. Oh man. No.
Oh my,
What'd
is
you roll?
everything okay in there?
I'm gonna go.
We gotta get out of here.
I haven't used a domain die in so long. I'm gonna use one more, and that'll be it this tonight. I promise. I just bought one. Here we
You
go.
have 50 of them, or 50 of them.
No, quit doing that. Quit doing that. It's a 21 now. It's a 21.
Okay. What are you doing to attempt to trick this?
I think so. You said there's like these little baskets.
Yeah, it's literally. I picture it like the handle, sort of like a pull ring type classic fantasy. This is 10,000-year-old culture, but sort of embedded in this the metal of this handle is a small basket,
Okay.
almost like a wire basket.
You said about 1.5 centimeters.
Yeah.
I think Velynia would she would grab these handles with her hands and I think just like squish her thumbs into these like depressions, like hard, and just like hold on to them, like trying to like fill the little nests that way.
So to be clear,
Oh god.
the
God.
doors are almost 10 feet apart.
Oh shit. Well then, okay. Take it back. What I want to do then, I want to scoop up dirt. Like I want to roll, scoop, and then just like dump in dirt.
You're gonna Indiana Jones trying to get
Yes!
the right amount of dirt into these
Yes!
baskets. Yeah,
Yes, I'm very perceptive.
baskets are notorious for their ability to hold dirt.
I thought
no,
it was
that's fine. That's fine.
I thought
That's
it was
fine.
a molded basket, like a die cast.
No, that's fine. In my mind, I'm picturing more like a wire basket that you can see through, like a.
Oh.
But that's fine. That's fine. You're under the gun. This is what you're doing. There's little pebbles and dirt
Just
and
pack the
whatever.
dirt tightly. Mhm.
And
packing it so tightly.
you pack it into this thing, and you see the Sahedron in reaction seems to just go. I need a dexterity saving throw from you again,
Fucking
or a
damn
reflex save.
fucking ass.
You
Shit, mother.
you did
For the
miss.
both of us,
If you're still in the room, you need to make
Yeah,
a check
so-
again.
Lumi would have been like, "We gotta get out of here," but I think that seeing that Velynia is doing something else, she would have like paused for a moment, and that's probably what catches her. Another reflex save.
God, no, fuck me, fuck.
19 for Lumi, and she's wondering what the hell is Velynia doing? Why is she getting out of here?
What'd you get, Velynia?
I'm thinking about something. Give me a moment.
I'm preparing to send Tandoori Lumi back to her father.
I gotta.
I
use
mean,
another
Santa's
one,
did send you down
I
here
gotta
with
use
some
another
healing
one.
potions.
I gotta use another one, otherwise I'm gonna die. That was a crit fail.
Oh no!
And this is it. I won't use one for a long time after this. Okay, my reflex save that time was a fucking 30. I am so sorry. I am done for
a
so
30?
long. Yes.
Okay, so that's a regular success. And Lumi failed.
Fuck this tomb, man.
Lumi fails?
What'd you get? Sorry, Lumi, what'd you get? I only saw
19?
the 8 on the die. You got a 19.
19, yeah.
So a 19 is a fail.
Yeah. All right.
So, Lumi, you're going to take
30s.
37 points of fire damage as these Thessalonian runes, ancient 10,000-year-old traps. And Velynia, you're going to take
turn back.
another 18 points.
As you're stuffing the dirt into the handles, Lumi, she's starting to hop down. She's, we gotta get out of here. She turns back to see what you're doing, and she gets caught.
No. Oh,
Gets
God,
obliterated
I
from
see
the
it happen.
side. You just see her silhouette in the pyroclasm.
Is she?
Is Lumi down?
And when the flames go away, Lumi is collapsed.
Oh my
So,
God!
Jake,
I got.
She's fine. She's alive.
after the second burst of light and heat comes through the door, Millie's gonna be a little concerned at this point, and she's gonna she's gonna say, "Are you stuck? Get out! Pork chop!"
Pork chop.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
from Millie's perspective, it's looking like a Pink Floyd laser light show coming out of that room.
I think Velynia, Lumi, you are not unconscious. That was all for
No. She's like coughing and reaching up,
Okay.
and she's trying to roll, fire, I'm on fire, kind of roll down the stairs to get out of the door.
Stop, drop, and
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
I think Velynia makes a break for this original door, and if there's any, Velynia would just dive through this fucking door, hurt as shit, and just that was a terrible idea.
Why didn't you run?
So
She says in between coughs. Lumi is sitting down, leaning against the dungeon wall. Her knees are curled up. She's coughing still from the smoke that she just got blasted with. Her armor on the left and right sides are all just smoldered away, revealing the bare scales of her kobold skin, and some of them are blistered up and they're red, and her face is scorched on both sides.
I think
I could
hearing-
crack it. I'm sorry.
hearing the screams from the room, Natalin would have kind of come through to the hallway, maybe. And seeing the state of the two of you, she'll push past Millie, and place her hands upon Lumi and do Ocean's Balm. You get 9 hit points back, plus you have resistance 3 to fire for a minute. And then she would
Quite timely.
Time to close the barn door.
She would do the same, almost boom, boom, hand, and on you as well, Velynia. 8 points, and you also have resistance to fire for a minute.
Thank you.
Between coughs, Lumi is fumbling for her own healer's kit to try to dress her own bandages. But she's whinging in pain from the blisters in her hands, the burns in her hands, trying to open it up. And
What are you doing? Millie, I'm Millie. Lumi, let me do that. And
she'll
Millie-
let you grab it from her.
I'll keep you two in my aura, to have that nice calming mist upon your skin.
Thank you. Velynia, you guys would notice she's also like blistered up and like charred in places, but she is very on brand, like not wincing in pain. She's just like sitting there. She has her eyes closed and she's just like breathing deeply and slowly.
You get 6 hit points back. Don't spend it all in one place. And
Thanks, Millie.
you're welcome. And she'll bandage up. Like, I can only do this to each of you once every hour. So
Yeah, I have to wait 10 minutes to heal you guys again. So.
oh, there you go. There you go. You get 10, Velynia. What?
Great. Thank you, Millie.
So are you chilling out here for an hour? Is that what I just heard?
I mean,
Well-
depending on how long they need, I can do it every 10 minutes. I can.
Or
me feel better.
we can just walk out to the front and be like, "Hey, Zaddy,
We
Wow.
can't go back. We can't go back to Father Xantus. We've been
Shit's
down
pretty
here
bad
for
out
15
there."
minutes.
While you're sitting here healing up and sensing the now scent of singed flesh and ozone in the air, there is a door to the south, you notice, as you're resting in this hallway.
Lumi gestures up towards this particular Sahedron. Those things blast flame, by the way.
good to know." Millie takes out a second piece of chalk and writes "bad" next to this door.
Great. And Velynia would like nod at the door that's in the south. When you say the one that is to the south, do you mean the one that's like right below Millie on the map, or the one that's right below Natalin on the map?
The one that's below Natalin, the further one to the south. Lumi, you had previously, when you rounded the corner as you were taking rubbings of the runes,
Mm-hmm. Up here, yeah.
yeah, up in that area, you
I
did
saw a door up
see
here.
that there was a door up in right about here. And that's where the concentration of the runes got thicker and more pronounced.
Before back when I was rubbing the runes, I did see a door also up past that way, but well, I got a little distracted. She says, grinning through the pain.
Well, there's no shortage of doors, that's for sure.
Let's just be careful. And if you see any handles with little baskets in the top, we need to make sure that those have the proper object in them, or else we're going to get conflagrated again.
What
Uh,
about
so I'm
those
done
flames,
picking...
right? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Good.
No, I was just going to say I'm done picking doors for the day. Somebody else can try.
No,
Moa. Oh, go ahead.
I can, she says, trying to proudly stand up. We can keep going.
Lumi, wait. Give yourself at least another 10 minutes here before we go.
So, just Moa kind of speaks up. Just so there's traps in these rooms. You've got 2 rooms that are trapped. Clearly, something doesn't want us to get further in, which means potential treasure. You're trapped. Let me look at these things real quick. And
Moa, be careful.
I'm just looking. So, Jake, as you described the symbols, the runes, there's a flame inside, you said, correct?
At the center of each of the 7 pointed stars, the Sahedron, that's what the source of light in each of these areas, including basically everywhere on the map you see a little dot of yellow light. Mm-hmm. That is a Sahedron. It is glowing with flame in the middle, producing light, sort of like a torch, like an ever-burning torch.
Can I use... I'm going on a stretch here, and you please say no if I'm too much of a stretch. Using crafty knowledge to see how this trap would potentially work, and if getting rid of that flame would disable the trap. Or recall knowledge of something.
You can try a perception check. If you're
Okay.
trained in it, you can try a thievery check.
I am thievery. Yes, I am trained.
So basically, you would be able to make the same check that Velynia did.
Okay. That's a 28.
So, examining the baskets, examining the Sahedron, in particular, looking at with that 28, looking at the Sahedron, these are ancient magical flames that have been burning probably for 10,000 years.
Okay.
You do not believe that you possess the ability to extinguish them.
Yeah.
However, you're able to come to the same conclusion and essentially see what Velynia attempted to do, which is to trick the basket into thinking that the proper bead has been placed inside it, or object, or bead-like object.
And there are 2 doors that have this beads, this basket in it.
Yep.
Anyone got marbles?
Oh, I've got these caltrops here, but no marbles or ball bearings, I'm afraid.
I would say that your DC or your 28 check. One little additional piece of information I would add to that is, and it's sort of implied by realizing that you can attempt to trick these handles into thinking the proper object is in place. These baskets are purpose built. There is some specific object that is supposed to go in them.
Okay. So the question becomes,
I would like you to place your token in that room since you are investigating these doors.
okay, so
You're in that first
Oh
room.
God.
I'm in here, correct? But I couldn't look from here. I have to be here.
You have to be up by the doors to investigate
Oh.
them.
Oh, okay, then it's
It's worth noting that while you're investigating these,
mm-hmm.
and keeping in mind you guys have been waiting out in the hallway for at least an hour.
Oh, wait, we are waiting for an
Halfway?
hour?
Well,
No,
I
no.
took it that you had waited an hour
No,
because
not yet.
because Millie made 2 checks that you said
No,
could
no,
only
no, no,
be...
no. I can do one
Mhm.
every hour on different people. So
Yeah, so-
basically
so-
the way it works is treat wounds. Once
Right.
somebody's treated wounds, the person is then immune to treat wounds for an hour.
Oh, so she could do it on all of us, and then again on all of us in an
Oh,
hour.
I see what
Yeah.
you were doing.
Yes.
I
It's the
got
same
you.
with-
I got you.
It's the same with mine,
Okay,
except I've got
so
a
that
10-minute
changes
refresh.
things. That changes
And
things.
actually,
It's- so
Lumi's
it's
better
different-
at it than I am because Lumi doesn't have the hour-long cooldown.
Yeah, mine's a 10-minute cooldown.
Okay, I misunderstood. That's fine. That changes things slightly.
Been 10 minutes,
Mhm.
say.
Okay.
Yeah. If you've been treat wounding twice, that's been 20 minutes of treating wounds. It takes 10 minutes to treat a
Moa,
wound.
make me a perception check real quick.
All right.
If this fucking thing decides to not
17.
shoot Moa'Kee, I'm gonna be so pissed.
17? Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you're standing in this room and you're investigating, and you maybe hesitated a little bit before entering the room,
Yeah.
at no point are the Sahedron firing off at you.
Mother.
It's the door.
Is with
It's
the
door.
thievery, would I know that there's a time to recharge?
I will say that you can make a an educated guess that when the trap was triggered, it probably, after a certain amount of time passed, reset. And is currently inactive.
So unless you try to do what we did, like dumbasses, then...
Quick question for Velynia. When you were attempting to trick the door, did you close it or leave it open?
I mean, I tried to trick it. I don't ever think I got a chance to really try to open it. I think everything was going so fast that
Lumi had opened it.
Oh, so
It was pried open with the bar. Yeah.
yes, right. So I guess probably not. I probably left it open.
So it's also worth noting then that this door is closed.
Oh my god, it's shut behind us on its own.
Okay.
So even adding further indication to you, Moa'Kee, that this trap reset after a period of time.
Okay, so it's been reset up for a period of time.
And since only 10 minutes has passed, you know that it's somewhere between 0 and 10 minutes.
Okay, got it. I'm thinking
In case you missed it, Natalin healed y'all again.
Thank you. That's great. I'm feeling okay.
Listen, we can't just sit here like roasted ducks. We gotta keep moving, she says as she climbs up and puts her hands on her thighs as she stands up.
Well, maybe we
places to
put a
see.
pin in this door for now.
When we find those marbles, we'll come back here.
I don't think it's going to be marbles, Lumi. I think it'll probably be gemstones or something fancy that Thessalonians like.
Well, you see, actually, according to the studies of the Professor Thimblewad from Magnamar, he actually did a long excursion to understand the religious connotation of the marble. As a Thessalonian artifact, is a representative of one of their 6 now virtues, the 7th being lost in the 8th century of their reign. But you see, the marble represents. And she just goes out to.
The man's name was Thimblewad. Of course, he turned out to be an egghead.
Velynia is still sitting, but she's like eye level with Lumi, who is now standing, and she's like, I think it is probably best that we. And she kind of stands up and brushes herself off and is like, that we keep moving.
Jake, is there any stones on the floor?
Yeah, because that's kind of what Velynia used along with dirt to try to trick this.
Taking a stone, kind of shaving it around, finding 2 of them. Should we try this again? By actually putting stuff in and tricking the doors?
Velynia looks into the room and be like, Moa'Kee, you are more than welcome to try it if you like. But don't expect us to drag
let me make sure I've got enough bandages first. Hold on.
Don't expect us to drag your charred corpse out of that room.
Okay.
Listen, that fire is really hot. I want you to be careful.
Noted. Got it. I'm going to try to trick the door.
God bless you. As
I
a player,
need you
I'm here for it.
to make a thievery check on each door.
All right. Do I go owlbear or do I go dice?
You go physical dice always.
All right. They're cold. They're cold. So ooh.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Yeah, I want to use a domain dice for that one. It just didn't feel good. Sorry. Now that one, on the other hand, that is going to be a 22.
Okay.
On the first one.
So is that the door you're in front of or the one on the left?
The one that I'm next to.
Okay.
Oh no, excuse me. Yeah, the one I'm next to.
All right. Next one.
Can I use another one, crew? because that's not going to pull it.
We got over 40 of them. You're good.
All right, so I'm going to use one more, and that was well worth it because that's a 25.
Hey.
Okay. So you've placed objects as skillfully as possible into these doors. Now what?
I'm going to open the one that the second door that I tricked, and ready to dodge if I need to.
Okay. You open the door. Give me a second. And you see a momentary spark from the other door, from the basket, as energy arcs through that stone you placed in the basket, disintegrating the stone. And you see the Sahedron go
I jump out of the room.
forward through into the new room, or are you
Nope, back? I'm getting back.
All right, so you need to make a reflex save, basic reflex save.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
He rolls low for Moa'Kee.
I rolled like a full 13 points
dick.
lower for Moa.
What a dick. Rolling so low.
That's a 15.
You're going to take all 24 points of fire damage.
All right. Damn, I should have gone forward.
And then you are met with the cooling ocean,
Yeah.
ocean
an aloe
smelling
vera.
hands. Yeah.
He has an
Aloe vera.
aura right now.
Oh, that's 11 points.
Aloe Vera? Yeah.
Aloe vera.
Yay.
11 healing, 11 points back.
Thank you. That was a hot. That was pretty hot. I made a mistake. You should go into the room, not go back out.
Doesn't that kind of push back the problem?
Yeah, because then you get locked in.
How about we solve the puzzle first before trying it
Listen,
again? Like
I saw it when I saw what was happening. It tried to blow up your mishmash you put in there, and well, I think if we put the proper gemstone, as Millie said, in there, it'll work properly. I don't think we can trick it like that.
Nope. So there might be some gemstones around here that we need to go find. All right.
Millie slaps a compress on you. You get 10 points.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Yep. Clearly, we've learned something here. That
I think we already knew that.
I think we learned something.
Yes, together we learn something. Fire is
Lumi,
hot.
Lumi looks to you, Velynia. I think he learned something.
Any opportunity to learn a lesson. All right.
I'm really intrigued by the door that's over here. The runes, they seem to crescendo over there, and well, it kind of loops back on the other passageway in the Goblin Cave. I want to check it out.
Very well. That's as good as any other door.
So you're going to go
It's over here, this way.
all the way down to the one you spotted, Lumi.
She will pause when she sees these two Sahedrons on the corners. That's what these little yellow things are, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Velynia, right below you, there is another door in that alcove on the
Don't
western
tempt
wall.
me.
Oh, you just bounced back where you were at the end by Lumi.
There we go.
So,
Yep, I see it. I'm just following Lumi.
Okay.
I'm done picking doors today.
She steps in. Does she see the Sahedrons activate or like begin to like spark and stuff?
no more than they've been sparking. Small bits of sparking, but at this point, you just see that all of these runes covering all of these walls seem to have gotten almost like no space in between the runes now as they've gathered at this door.
What height are the Sahedrons on the walls? Are they like human chest height?
aka above.
That is a
Noah's head, or,
great
Lumi's head.
question.
Yeah.
Um,
My idea is Lumi's gonna go belly to the ground and crocodile crawl towards the door.
Yeah, because as I recall, all of the chambers around here are 10 feet. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
Okay, so you are now standing in front of a wooden door that has been adorned with a single rune carving that looks vaguely like a horned, fanged face.
Yeah, Lumi will drop prone and pronely try to walk under the Sahedrons here towards this wooden carved door.
Okay.
Velynia stands right here outside the hypotenuse.
Isn't this right about where the demon creature would have been in the cavern?
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. And we can see by the embossment here on the wooden door that, well, it seems to be its label.
I've lost
A
track.
servant of Abraxas, no doubt. Lumi will ear up into the door and try to pull it open, or maybe push, depending on if it's a push door, she'll try and pull on it. If it's a pull door, she'll push on it.
This door does appear to open into the room.
And she's like, "Oh, it's a push." Okay, and then
Oops. Wrong.
It
Yeah.
says there's a rune that says push
No.
right
Yeah.
by the...
Before you actually enter the room,
Oh no.
oh hey, it's the room.
as you open the door, Lumi, this entire hallway where all of you are, every one of the Sahedron begins to go.
Okay, can I tackle?
close the door?
I want to tackle Lumi into this room. Can I try that?
Well, you all need to make a reflex save. Every single one of you.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh God. Oh Christ. Ugh.
Okay, I rolled an exactly average roll. Do I try to domain dice it up? Half the
No,
time
you're
it
fine.
works.
You're fine.
I mean, 19 failed last time. I'd be getting a 21 here.
I'm using a die.
Maybe this is different because it's only one of them. Or
No, if Lumi gets high rolled here, she'd die as well. Ugh. Ugh.
this is high consequence shit for 4th level. Father
I'd like to burn a
Dantis.
domain dice, please.
Go ahead.
I need
yes.
1 second.
Yes.
I need 1 second. I'm adjusting for previous roll here.
Atta
That's on the
you.
40.
That's much
Just
better.
all the way up there. Okay, and then Lumi spent a die. I've got Lumi
Things
and
aren't
Millie
great.
spending dice.
Yeah, it
does
did
put us-
pan out.
Moa,
Jay
what's
is saying
this?
something mutedly.
I spent 2 dice to
I spent
the
one.
traps.
Total, but that was
It
before.
just
No,
got
sorry,
worse
that was
because-
before.
Yeah, that was before. Yes.
So I just meant right now.
Sorry.
All right, Lumi gets a 30 reflex.
Okay.
Remarkable.
And Natalin, what did you get?
23.
Or sorry, not Natalin. Velynia is what I meant to say.
Got a 19.
I need my sperm.
Remember that horrible dream you had with Velynia burning alive?
Mhm.
Well, guess what?
So, starting with the 3 that were further back in the hall, only Natalin saves. So, Natalin, you are going to take half of 3d6 fire damage as flames shoot out of the Sahedrons, sparking and sputtering. Millie and Moa will take 8 points of fire damage. Natalin, you avoid some of that. You take 4.
Oh, pshaw.
So, do I get to, like, I have deflecting wave, which, is this considered a hostile effect?
It feels like a hostile
I mean,
effect.
yeah, it's a hostile.
Let's
Okay.
make a judgment.
It's a hazard.
Yes.
This is like customary greeting of the
well, I
Thessalonian
mean-
people.
My trigger is if I would take acid, bludgeoning, fire, slashing damage from an enemy's attack, spell, or other hostile effect, and I have to be aware of the hostile effect, which we are,
I would say, yeah.
then I get to have this cascade of water that will protects me from this incoming, and I get resistance to fire damage of 8.
So you won't take any damage then. As you use your aura to abate any flames from harming you. Natalin, damn it. Why does it say Natalin for Velynia?
It doesn't.
On my screen, Velynia, there's
Oh,
a
it
marker
does.
above your head that
It looks
says
like-
Natalin.
What? Oh, it
Yeah.
does.
Kaeryn, can you deselect Velynia's token? There we go.
Oh.
Okay, that's
'Cause
why I
Natalin-
kept calling you
was
Natalin.
moving me around.
I was not.
Um,
Pushing you
Don't
in the
push
way.
me.
Lumi-
Don't push me.
Lumi and Velynia,
Oh God.
the two Sahedrin in the corners, illuminate at full power.
Mm.
And they flood this small antechamber, sort of vestibule or foyer, if you will, with fire. Lumi, you got a success, but not a critical success, with a 30.
A 30? Wow.
So you will only take half damage. Velynia, you failed. You're going to take full damage. It's 6d6 of fire damage. Total 17, so 8 to Lumi and 17 to Velynia. As this room fills with flame,
That's 3 less as well on top of that because of the Ocean's Balm from
Oh yeah.
Natalin's character, the Resist 3. Yeah.
Yes.
also, Lumi, make me a. I'm gonna have you make a. Are you trained in religion?
I absolutely am, yes.
So I want you to make a religion recall knowledge check.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a -2 circumstance. But never mind.
So, okay, so I would have 30 on this, but -2 to 28.
But you still rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Amazing.
You realize in your eagerness to find out what this led to and making these markings, you neglected the most obvious part of what these runes are. These are prayers to Abraxas. And the rune on the door you just pushed open is a crude rune to the demon lord of forbidden lore and magic, Abraxas. And you realize, as these Sahedrin are gearing up for another blast, you need to speak one or more of these prayers.
Oh.
If
Okay,
you said
well-
if you said that these are starting to fire back up again, Millie's just gonna step her ass into this other room here.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah, and Natalin would be stepping
Into
back.
which room?
Lumi-
Okay.
Lumi will blaspheme.
Natalin, you are not
Speaking-
safe there. If you're attempting to be
She's got
safe.
nowhere else to go. That's where she's.
Okay. I mean, you could go back into the other room to the north.
No.
You guys are going to hate
Lumi?
Sahedrin by the time this is done. What were you saying?
Lumi
What were you
will-
saying, Lumi?
Lumi will blaspheme, realizing in the moment of what this is, and she will, in the old Thessalonian tongue, utter out a prayer, a libation to the demon lord Abraxas himself, in hopes to protect her friends.
Oh my
Velynia, as Lumi begins chanting in this, what I got to imagine is pretty darn close to speaking in oh my gosh, my brain just broke.
Like old Latin.
I was thinking Lord of the Rings, Mordor.
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking in the language of Mordor. You watch helplessly, Velynia, as the Sahedrin, and then as Lumi's words begin to fill, you see them go, and all of you, well, I guess Velynia, or no, Natalin, you see the one at the end of the hall there, same thing, and then it just goes, and you know that for a period of time, you have dissipated, or rather bypassed the trap. With that, you still got a 28. You suspect that you might be able to disable the trap if you were to overwhelm it with prayers to a good deity.
Oh.
As of right now, you've disabled it for a period of time.
That'll buy some time. Yeah, so like I imagine it's like oh, keeper of forbidden lore, the master of vile incantations, listen to me and heed my words, for I, venerate myself to you. And then she'll switch in speaking continuously in Thessalonian, as she gives Velynia a knowing look. I banish you from this place, Sirenre, Desna, all the good gods of the great celestial host. Wipe this place clean. As she tries her best to imitate what she imagines Father Xantus would do.
Oh my god.
To
the
bless
power of
this
Desna
place.
Compels you.
Absolutely. She's gonna do her best imitation of Zaddy to purge this place. As she starts fumbling for all of these religious iconographies that she has. She has packs full of like various holy symbols of all of the denominations that are worshipped on the surface.
Go ahead and give me one more religion check.
Okay. Domain dice, please. 18.
Wow. Yes.
Oh, unless this is, hold up. Unless this, well, this wouldn't be a lore. Let's see.
This one is just, this is just a religion check.
Yeah, I'm looking at my diverse lore. Okay, it's only recall knowledge. Okay. Cool. Yeah, okay. So I just get a nice 18.
You're not sure if it worked or not, but you know that at the very least, you've disabled the trap for 1 hour.
1 hour. I don't know if that worked, but
you can.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dungeon Master.
Go ahead.
Who are you talking to?
Okay, so I had a theory. It kind of just dawned on me. Well, this whole place is, a sanctum to the Demon Lord Abraxas. I don't expect you to know him, and that's okay, because I just learned about him the other day when I found the first sign down here. I kind of did my little bit of reading, and, anyways, turns out this place is like a sanctum of his, or at least dedicated in his honor. Anyways, so what I did is I pledged myself to the Demon Lord Abraxas.
You what?
In order to disable these traps, because they detected us as hostile intruders, and that way, they wouldn't fire. I bought us an hour. I bought us an hour before it realizes that I'm not actually an Abraxas follower, and it'll fire up again. But we bought us some time.
1 hour. Everyone, are you all right? Who's not dead? Sound off.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. Just a little singed.
Sound off.
Also
I'm not dead.
Apparently we have an hour because Lumi sold her soul.
I didn't say no. It's just words. They're meaningless words. I know how to trick these things.
Millie, if you are singed, I think as you come by, I'll ocean spawn you as you pass.
And this was the room I saw earlier.
3. I am so sorry. It was a bad roll.
Lumi, what was that second Thessalonian? That was...
Oh, you speak the tongue too, do you? I was hoping to... I had an idea. Well, you see that, in the great cosmos, the gods and the demons, they're fighting, and there's this whole battlefield going on that we as mortals really don't know about much. But anyways, I was hoping to kind of like direct their attention downwards a little bit. And maybe I don't know, maybe I could try to bless this place. I was trying to do what my father could do. I don't really know if it worked, but...
Is it like any blessing? Any deity's blessing? Or is it just like a specific?
Well, I mean, because this place is so evilly aligned, we'd have to use prayers and blessings of a good aligned deity, obviously. And that's elementary, of course.
Oh. Well, in that case, Moa speaks in Thessalonian and says, "Here's the Kadan. May show us the wisdom in the bottom of a glass." The proverb.
You hear Velynia whispering something very quietly, and then she's just like, "We have an hour. You should make the most of it."
Okay.
I want to check out that room.
Looking into
By
the
all
room,
means.
you see a fire burning within a 7-pointed star carved in the ceiling, casting light that fills this area with a flickering radiance. Besides the wooden door you just came through, another wooden door is embedded in the wall to the south, immediately as you enter the room. Against the eastern wall, with a hole dug out and rubble lying around, is the hole you previously peered through. And you see a low stone altar made of marble.
I told you marble was venerated by them.
On top of the altar is a silver bowl with a slender bladed knife balanced atop its rim. The point is pointing directly toward you as you look at it, but is generally pointed to the west.
That is for blood sacrifice. That is for blood sacrifice, if I've ever seen anything like it.
I don't see why not.
Oh, you've already... Never mind. I'm not going to give you a hard time. You probably saved all our lives. I wouldn't if I were you.
She's going to investigate the blade in the bowl. She's going to, it doesn't seem to be affixed to anything. So she's going to, using, the sleeve of her armor, pick it up and look at the blade itself. See the rusting or pitting or anything along the blade. What was it last used for? How long has it been? I imagine.
So, first, as you approach and you see, you lift the dagger, you see the silver bowl looks like it's worth about 5 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the bowl are 6 smooth garnet beads.
These are the round things we're looking for.
One of them is worth 2 gold pieces. 2 of them are worth 5 gold pieces. And 3 are worth 10 gold pieces.
They grow exponentially.
I'm trying to solve this.
Cari.
It's so
I would
3A equals 1A equals 2, 2A equals 5, 3 equals 9, solve for A. Yeah.
Yes. We're at 2.5 times 2 to the x.
I would like you to stop doing complex math. I would like you to, as you lift the dagger, I think you said you were hands in your sleeves kind of thing.
Yeah, just in case it's gonna
I'm looking at your artwork and I don't see any sleeves.
Oh,
kidding.
you're right.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
Oh my God. That's a lot.
No,
Whatever.
you're able to
Yeah.
pick up the dagger.
She's got a cloak. She used the hem
Yeah.
of her cloak or something. Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you are examining the dagger. With another nat 20 from Lumi on the
God damn.
Owlbear Rodeo die.
29. Oh.
Coming in hot.
So, as you're looking at this dagger, you see that As you pick it up, you notice that the pommel of the dagger is loose. Like, it looks like with a twist, the pommel will remove from the handle.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's this.
I think she'll probably do that for sure.
Yeah. Inside
At the
the
end of it,
hollow
yeah.
handle.
There's a joint hidden in there.
Inside the hollow handle is a pre-roll. And inside the hollow handle,
Yeah, she holds it up to the sparking like sahedrons.
Ooh.
there is a 7th garnet. This garnet is of much higher quality and is worth 25 gold pieces.
We ever need a 7th one of these for one of those traps? Well, I think I found where it was hidden. And she'll start like, she can get like one of her pouches and plink it in, and then she's going to grab these little other beads and plink them in into this pouch.
The bowl is worth 5 gold pieces too if you want to steal the bowl.
Steal the bowl. Steal the bowl.
But he's like, take the bowl too. It's like,
Yeah. You should
sure.
take the bowl too.
No loot left behind, y'all.
No.
you can have it. She'll hand it to you.
Perfect. I take it. I'm like, yes. Perfect. This will fetch a pretty penny along with my shark tooth bracelet.
And there's
Alright.
there's a door immediately next to you, Velynia.
Can I check
Are
out the
those-
traps?
Are those
Oh.
beads about 1.5 centimeters?
Oh my god. Yes.
Every one of them is.
Oh, nice. Good to know. Can I check the door there for traps?
Yep.
Great. I do. That's an 18.
Looks clean.
Great. I'm sure it's fine. I open the door. Gently.
You
Slowly.
die.
Done. Dead.
Laser through the skull.
You see in this small 5 foot by 5 foot room, this looks to be an ancient cloakroom. It looks like it once contained raiments dedicated to the worship of Abraxas. However, all of the robes in this room are in various states of decay. 10,000 years locked in a closet's not going to do much for your clothes, except for one robe. A green and orange robe, emblazoned with the rune of Abraxas, is draped on a peg on the wall, untouched by time.
I reach forward. I'm like, everyone, I found the most exciting discovery of them all. A closet. And I like reach in and I take the green cloak out and I'm like, at least this one is still in decent shape. And is kind of like looking it over and seeing if there's any more detail she can see. And she checks the pockets for 20s.
No 20s.
Damn it.
Just a pre-roll. Yeah.
Just another. There's always these people were high as fuck during their entire worship.
You kind of gotta be if you're gonna worship Abraxas.
Abraxas, yeah.
It's like we gotta hit up that hidden ancient lore, you know.
Okay, hold it. Yeah, okay. Here's Abraxas. Let's go.
I think we should get out of here.
I think we've.
I'm glad I found these though. That means we could probably get through that fire blasting room, especially now that the geysers are turned off too for the hour. We could see what they're hiding.
Well, you know, my currently not feeling the greatest, but I can do one more round through the fire room, I suppose. Now that we have the little marbles.
I mean, we should probably talk to the others and see what they think. But...
Yes.
And she'll peep around the corner like, guess what I found? And she clinks her little pouch to the three of them. And she like pours them out of her hand. I found little beads. These things, they fit, I think, to the to those handles in that really dangerous room.
Has it been another 10 minutes yet?
Probably, yeah, at this
Lumi's
point.
walking over to us, and that's when she trips and the beads scatter. Wah!
Oh, damn it. Oh, God, no. It's the worst.
Oh, clumsy me. Yeah.
It's so chaotic. It's like, well, we're fucked. Yes, and
I'll
I
give you all
found,
pats on the back.
I found a cloak.
Probably
I
magical.
cast detect magic.
Probably.
Why
That
not?
cloak looks way too big for me.
Here you go.
It's like a
Millie.
blanket.
You
There you go,
cast
Millie,
detect
it's all
magic
yours.
on the cloak.
Well, I cast detect magic because it's a cantrip, and why wouldn't I cast a
A
cantrip?
poof.
What does detect magic tell you again?
It tells me. I apparently have to roll some kind of check, but let's see. You send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, such as sahedrons in the room.
That's awesome.
Such as the magic items and ongoing spells of you and your allies. You detect illusion magic only if the blah 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 blah. However, items that have an illusion aura, blah 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 blah. I don't think we're dealing with illusions here. Oh no, nope. I can heighten it. If I heighten it to third, I don't think I can heighten shit to third yet, right? My cantrip.
No, we're not fifth level yet. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's it. And it'll just basically be like, it's magic, it's not magic. Shibushi.
How does your detect magic indicate that something is magical? Because this does indicate magic.
No. I feel like that it would just shimmer. It would just shimmer with little sparklies.
And that it does, indicating that this item, this robe of Abraxas is a magical item. It's not called a robe of Abraxas.
Magical.
It's not called a robe of Abraxas. It's just it has Abraxas on it and it's a robe. You have to identify it if you want to know what it is.
But the colors are so bad.
Oh, so bad. Well, I'll hang on to it. And
Probably
this
some
silver bowl.
profane blessing of put upon them.
This is like that scene from The Jerk. I will hang on to this and this silver bowl and this shark tooth necklace, and that's all I need too. And I think like I have my arms full of stuff and be like, well, shall we do that one room with the little basket?
So I found these beads. I was thinking we could put them in the basket holders of the handles in the room and continue on to see what it was guarding. I think we should be doubly safe because the traps are disabled for, well, the good part of an hour, probably about 45 minutes left, by my count.
Do you think we should close the doors to the rooms we're done with?
Oh, I mean, that's what triggered them on this hallway. Yeah, I'll close this door. I'll close the Abraxas door.
Okay.
Bonk. Closed.
Door's closed.
Are they all the same? Like the value are the bees that you found, or are they all the same?
I was looking at them, and it seems like one of them is about worth 2 gold pieces, but 2 of them are worth 5, and 3 of them are worth 10. So you tell me how much they're worth.
Oh, good
That's
eye.
not what I mean, but
And then this one was 20, apparently.
well, there's 2 doors, and there's 3 doors in the next one, right? So
That's 5.
do we have?
That means there's 2. Then that means there's 2 on the other side of it.
We don't know what's beyond. It could be
Because the
more
7th
doors.
one was hidden away.
Yes.
So
But if we should put the same value in the same rooms. So do we have 2 that are worth 2 and 3 that are worth
No.
5?
They grow at an exponential rate, but that's only if we sell them at the marketplace. I think.
No,
right
no,
now,
one of
they
them
are
is
all-
worth 2, and 2 of them are worth 5, and 3 of
Yes.
them are worth 10. I
Okay.
think when the dungeon master was speaking to me, he meant I think he was supposed to put the word
The
each in
who?
at the end of that. The narrator who describes what happens around us.
I give
Yeah.
an
Feeling
uncomfortable
quite
look
well.
to Millie.
So when you got zapped in the last room, Moa'Kee, and you, Millie, you noticed that, or Lumi, it was you that you noticed the dirt got sparked and
Yeah, I got obliterated by
Was it in
sparks.
both baskets, or was it in just?
Well,
the
I only could see the one. I could only see the one.
Because maybe that's the basket that one has to go in, and then you go through the door that I don't know. You go through the door that you don't put the thing in, and then in the other room with 3 doors, you put the 2 that have the same matching on 2 of the things, and then you go through the door that you. I don't know, but it sounds like a puzzle, like in those stories I read always.
I think
Millie
you're kind of
patches herself
overthinking
up
it.
while they're talking about all this, and I top myself off.
That's a good theory of yours, Natalin, but I think you might be a little bit overthinking.
I think we should just try to put one in each little basket and see what happens.
Yeah, since there's 2 doors, the value's the same. You put them in 2 of them. If there are 3 that are the same value, you put 3 of them in the on the 3 doors.
Yeah, and that leaves 1 and 1 that are different at the end. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, which whatever door opens off to the 3.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go
But
do
you
that.
you figure it
No,
out. I'm gonna wait
I like.
outside and watch.
Okay. Is anyone gonna come with me?
I'll go with you. I mean, we already know the worst that can happen, right?
So, yeah. Okay. Let's just make sure
Here,
that when.
dear. Do you want to maybe tie a rope around yourself or something, and we'll hold an end and pull you to safety if you get fried again?
That's a hell of an idea.
I think that might weigh us down more than anything. Like, what if I want to jump this way and you pull me this way and I end up getting caught in the center? You know?
That's a good point.
I'm not very good with traps, but I do have some protection against fire.
Can you cloak us in protection from fire before we do this?
Helpful.
I can give you 1 minute, but you'd have to wait however many long since I just gave it to you.
Oh, well, then
I'll
I mean,
go-
this still applies to us, right?
We
Yeah,
all
the
just
resistance?
stand there
Okay,
for a minute,
okay.
staring at each other, and be like,
Yeah.
so, festival coming up.
Oh, those sausages, they should be a little bit tacky enough by now.
Oh, you know, in Magnamar today, it's Angel Day.
Oh,
It's a celebration of the founding of the city.
Is it Angel Day already?
It's quite a big to-do. Everybody closes their shops, and there's big festivals and feasts and masquerade balls, and people dress like angels and burn effigies of the devils.
well, that sounds like a delight.
So that's what that was. I was a bit too inebriated to really understand what was going on that day.
Yes. Lots of smoke in the air, I'm sure. Well,
Magnamar is just a big city. That's it's not very, it's just a city like any others.
No, I like it.
I like big cities. Lots of nooks and crannies, places to hide.
I like the people.
Believe me, so-
Have you
so
been
do
to
I.
Magnamar? By the way, who's been to Magnamar?
Whoop.
Out of curiosity.
I lived there for most of my life. Why, my family ran a little tavern in the I don't have my notes, in the fishing district.
Oh,
That sounds like a
Interesting.
delight. When did you move away from there, Millie?
Why, just about 9 months ago when I came up to Sandpoint.
Oh,
oh,
Was that the tavern in the Dockway district of Magnamar?
Yes, it was. Have you ever visited there, Lumi?
Definitely. There was, unless it was, well, it's still there to this day, right?
Oh, here, I've got my notes now. My husband and I ran the Drunken Galley in the Dockway
Oh.
district.
oh,
That's where we raised our children. They're all
How many-
grown now, and
how many
they're off
children do you
doing
have?
their own thing.
how many
Ah.
children, Millie?
I actually have, I think I've revised this. I think I have 3 children. I originally had the twins. Now I think I have 3.
I think I have 3.
Nope,
Really,
nope,
I
no,
think
no
I have
revision, just the twins.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
just the 2. There, that was enough. The twins, Monty and Maddie.
Oh,
Well,
Oh.
you know,
Yeah, I'm sorry again, Millie. I'm really sorry about that again. I didn't mean that table. I'm really sorry. Didn't realize that was yours. Okay. Good to know.
Well,
Thanks for
Right,
kicking me
that's
out
right
that one
behind that-
night, though. I
Gosh,
appreciate
that's
it.
right behind that table. Oh gosh.
I'm eating sausages.
Oh, that probably wasn't me. That was probably the young man who used to work for me, Bingus.
Oh, Bingus.
Is Bingus still living? We need to meet Bingus.
Bingus
Yes.
is still living in Magnamar.
Oh,
He still hangs out at the Sunken Galley, which has been purchased by
Sunken
somebody
Galley.
else, not him. And he is my emergency contact, like,
Mhm.
which
we
is
go.
all in my death letter if I die.
The Sunken Galley sounds
Yeah,
like a
I've-
very familiar name.
yes. Well, I wonder how. What? Well,
Oh, yeah, I remember. Momo's like, yeah, I remember Bingus. Yeah.
Aren't they really
Bingus
tasty
is
when
such
they've
a good
kind of
bean.
Lumi like
This-
nudges you, Velynia? Like, aren't they
this
really
was a-
tasty when they've like congealed a little bit and become a little tacky?
I got to be honest. You need to find a better way to describe that because if I wasn't such a good sport, congealed and tacky is not a good way to describe food. But it is
Well, like the way that
delicious.
it kind of like gives a little bit of resistance when you bite into it. Arr, you
Little
know?
snap. Little
Yeah.
snap.
And like a little
do like that.
chewiness to it.
We can
Anyways,
do that.
that should be about the last 3 remaining minutes, right?
Yep, we got to be getting close.
Natalin warms up her head.
She's got like a little sand glass
Madeline does
going.
like a Mr. Miyagi. or
All right.
Were you literally just running out the clock on another heel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. You just
All
hit-
right.
Little team
You
building
just-
moment
you could have
there.
just hit
That's great.
select and chose wait 1 hour.
Absolutely not. This is a rich opportunity.
12 points for Lumi, 10 points for Velynia. You both have
Yes.
resistance fire for 1 minute. Resistance
Yes.
free fire for 1 minute. Let's
fire.
go.
All right.
Let's fucking
Lumi will
go.
hop in. She'll like eye the 2 Sahedrons.
Oh.
And then continue. And we'll place the 2 equivalent 5 gold piece beads, one
Yep.
after the other,
Okay.
Yep.
left and to right. And then we'll open the door and hop through. Whoop. And these
You see more-
Sahedrons as well are
2 more Sahedron.
deactivated.
Yep.
She'll put the 3 10s in here. 10, 10, 10. And then pop open the center. Yeah.
Oh, Moa'Kee, if you're
Ah.
going to hang back cautiously like I am, you might not want to stand right in the doorway.
As you
Move your
enter,
fucking token.
as you
Wow.
enter the last room, you see that the north end of this room curves in a semicircle. A single red stone statue of an angry woman holding a ranseur, which is a type of polearm with a kind of like a trident, but it's got shorter curved spikes on the side, one long spike in the middle, standing in the middle of the north wall. Her weapon is held in one hand, pointed toward the southern doors, while her other hand reaches out with a cupped palm as
Yes,
if expecting
knew
a
it.
gift.
Called
The
it.
ranseur itself appears to be a real weapon and not an integrated part of the statue itself.
How tall is this statue?
This statue is probably about 7 feet tall.
Lumi like twirls her hair and goes, "Wow, she's tall."
He is. Oh God, poor thing. We got to get Lumi a lover. Oh,
And
Lordy.
she'll approach this statue and she'll turn back, putting her back to it. Like so, she's kind of framed by the hand kind of above her head and the ranseur over her other shoulder. Say, "Well, what do you think?"
I think the most valuable one, the big one, the one that you found in the dagger.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You,
And
you
we just
might
put it in
have
the
to
hand?
lift. You might have to lift up Lumi to do that, Velynia.
I take.
No, I can
take
reach up.
Lumi
Mm,
okay. Can she
oh.
reach the hand?
Yeah.
I take Lumi underneath the armpits and I lift her
yeah,
up.
as soon as like Velynia touches Lumi, she'll like
Never mind. I don't think I can reach.
she'll stop all protestation.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So you lift Lumi.
Yep.
And she'll plink the bead into the hand.
I put Lumi down. And then I
And-
kind of step back and I pull
Velynia,
Lumi
you'll
back in.
feel Lumi's tail kind of wrap around one of your forearms.
Ah,
She's kind of like bracing herself and helping you
Okay.
lift her.
perfect. That's great. I have put Lumi down again once the bead is placed, and I will like just kind of step back, waiting for something horrible to happen.
You place the bead. And the stone hand curls around the bead. And the hand holding forth this Ransuur, the stone shifts so it is now holding it vertically, and the hand goes and loosens its grip on the Ransuur.
If it like falls and tips,
It doesn't
Velynia
fall.
wants to like catch it.
It
I
doesn't
will-
fall, but it's loose in its grip now.
I mean, if I'm right there, I would
Yep.
reach out and to grab it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Make
And Lumi
a
will also go in and like stabilize the bottom and stuff.
make a
No.
perception check.
Best. You're gonna hear voices now.
Oh, that's a total of 11. I don't know if that's good.
That's a cursed weapon, all right.
Is this just Natalin making the perception?
No, I mean you guys are all right there. You can make the perception
cool.
check
Yay!
too.
Okay, then I'll.
I got a 21.
Okay, Velynia.
Velynia.
hopefully you see it.
I hear voices.
You were sort of braced for this statue for this Ransuur to sort of fall forward.
Yeah.
And you do notice that as it shifts and the hand lets go, it does drop about like a half an inch. And when it
Okay.
hits the floor, you hear that there's a little bit of a hollow sound. And you glance down and you see that much like the dagger that Lumi found, it looks like there's, in the base of this pole arm, it looks like there's a section that can separate.
Fascinating. I think there's a compartment in that too.
Oh, like the dagger.
Yes, just like
I
the dagger.
will then carefully, I
Be
guess,
careful, Natalin.
remove the Ransuur from the statue, and then hold the end that Velynia was talking about out to her so she can do whatever it is
Yep.
she needs to do.
I would like, does the end like unscrew?
Just twist it off. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. It's like on there really tight.
Oh, I think the screwing is a stripped over.
Shit.
You
We need a rubber
open
band
it and
and
reveal
tools.
that there is,
No, you can just like push your hand open.
at the base
Sorry.
of this weapon, the bottom 18 inches is a hollow tube. And inside you see some scrolls.
Oh, no pre-rolls? Damn
I
it.
mean, technically.
18-inch pre-roll.
Yes. Wow. Some scrolls. So Natalin, tilt it. Tilt it up.
I do such and
And I like kind of
do the
tap
sh-
on the end.
There-
Shake it
until
out.
these-
Are 3 scrolls.
Ooh.
One is a scroll of Wall of Fire.
I can use that.
The second is a scroll of Weapon Storm.
Oh, I can use that too.
God.
We'll have to double check these and see if these were what they are in relation to second edition. But the third scroll is longer, and it actually contains the formula for a consecrate ritual.
That's going to Moa. Formula for.
I don't think I can use that one though. I don't know if my scroll thaumaturgy goes that far.
All right. Well, either way, I think we should cut our losses.
Otherwise,
This
the
has been a
polearm
very-
itself is an active, real weapon.
Holy shit!
Well, it's
And I
active. It's
screw-
not
I screw
active.
the
It's
little
just a
cap.
weapon.
I screw the little cap back on.
I
And
might
I
as well
say,
keep the weapon and
yes,
take it
keep the
with us.
So both both Wall of Fire and Weapon Storm are both already remaster spells.
Okay.
Sick. All right. Well, I know we haven't been down here very long, but this has been a very rich journey into the undead hole.
And can I hold those scrolls?
Please,
I know how to
yeah.
use them.
Yes, well, here's these two.
Yeah.
Do you know how to use the consecrate ritual?
I could try to take a hack at it, but
I mean, formulas and such strike me more as a Moa'Kee thing.
it looks like it's more like divine magic. It's the consecration,
Oh.
but
Well then, here you go, dear.
Oh.
I think we should go back above the surface. We've found so much. I know we haven't been down here very long, but I feel like we're pushing our luck.
You've been down here for an hour, maybe? Maybe 2?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well,
And there's many more doors to explore. But it's
I
your
think there's
choice.
I think there's a lot of gas in the tank, honestly. I think we're fine.
well, I really
As you
think
are
yours.
deciding
and
whether-
I'm running out of room in my hands. I have a bowl and a shark tooth necklace and a fucking. There's so much.
As you are deciding whether you're going to go to the surface or continue on, that is where we're going to end this session.
Oh man, I'm fine with continuing on. Velynia's getting a little nervous. She's getting burned and healed and
So-
burned and healed. and
Velynia
burned and
walks out juggling all of this shit, and Millie just silently hands you a sack.
healed. That's amazing. Thank you. I feel so much better about
Listen, if you're
this.
going to burgle, come prepared to burgle.
I was not ready to burgle. Not
So-
this much. Not this awkward.
Just for fun, when you walked into that room and were standing before the statue, I started a timer. There were 4 seconds left on the timer when you put that garnet in the hand of the statue.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We beat the buzzer, folks. Oh. What would have happened if the timer went off?
Don't ask.
Don't know.
We don't want to know.
You don't know. What I'll say, though, is the reason I was doing that is you guys were role-playing in real time. That's why I used a real-time timer.
My god.
Oh, so I can use the consecrate ritual as well. I can.
So
I
this
can
is
use that one.
not a
Mhm.
scroll of consecrate. This is a formula to create a scroll of consecrate.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That could be very
okay.
valuable.
Yeah.
So if I give this to Moa'Kee to make the scroll, I can use the scroll. There we go.
Yeah, the formulas are like finding. Well, it's a blueprint. It's a formula.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's our
Yeah.
crafter, so I'll give it. Okay.
And you know you haven't identified. You detected magic. You were. What was the range on your detect magic? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, before we wrap up here.
I believe it's 30.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what the range is. What should it say?
Yes, it says 30.
Usually 30.
It is a 30-foot immersion.
Emulsion.
But
Emanation.
would it have really mattered, Jake? 'Cause I'm
Eminence,
not even
yeah.
in the room.
What?
I'm all the way out in this hallway.
No. I'm talking about when you originally cast it to determine the robe, if it was
Oh.
magical. There
Uh-huh.
was one other object that would have pinged as magical to you, and that is
Which Millie would have pointed out.
Velynia's shark tooth charm bracelet.
Oh, it's got magic shit on it? Ooh,
Yeah.
boy.
What level is Wall of Fire? Wall of.
4th.
It's a 4th level.
Yep. So
Is someone open?
something I need to do.
It is. And it's what? Sorry, the weapon
I'm
storm?
just now realizing I haven't really been paying as close attention as I should.
This 4th.
And this is
too.
something that's new for Pathfinder, for me, is I have to calculate your XP that you guys have earned to this point. Because leveling is XP based. There's a
Ew,
generalized...
You're not milestone.
So it's both. But there's a potential with you guys doing certain things. And the reason I'm paying closer attention to this is there are certain things that are tied to that. However, I did not expect a full ew reaction from everybody.
Yeah, ew. Nobody likes XP anymore. That shit's so old school.
Well, it's kind of like somebody asked me once about collecting gold coins, and why there's so much focus on the coins, especially in like one shots and stuff like that. They're like, why do I care how much money I get? It's not like I'm gonna get to spend it. And it's kind of a holdover from the early editions of D&D where every gold coin you had was a point of XP. And that includes the value of all. That was sort of like the motivation for collecting loot, was that the more loot you had, the more XP you had. But that's also why your higher levels were in the millions of points of XP.
Brainstorm on it, bud. I just find that numbers tend to make
Listen,
it less fun.
I've heard all I need to hear. If you guys don't want to do it that way, I am fine. I gave up XP at the beginning of 5th edition because I was like, F that. I didn't want to do a bunch of math. So if I don't have to do more math, then that's all the better for me.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
I would have
You've got a week to think about whether you want to go to the surface or you want to continue to explore right now. The choice is yours completely. There's at least, I think, 2 or 3 more doors that you haven't opened yet. So we'll see what you do next week. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you, of course, for those donating the community subs and the 500 bits, Cari and Tamiko, getting that hype train going. Because you guys, I think you used the most domain dice in a single session this session, if I'm not mistaken. No, because there were a couple times you guys burned 5. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you to everybody hanging out in chat. It's always good to see people in chat, and I love glimpsing the conversations and seeing who stops by, even though I can't participate. And of course, a huge thank you to all of these amazing players. It's awesome. We missed a week. It felt like a month, but we're back at it. And it's good to be back in the undead hole with y'all.
Yay.
As we continue on with our adventures next week. But in the meantime, thank you, as always, to Vi, Kaeryn, Tamiko, Cari, and Jay, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.
It's Moa'Kee's fault.